Can't escape from the team, call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Tuesday, January 28th. We're ready for another great day of sports betting action here with NBA, NHL. College basketball takes center stage tonight with major conference action. And, of course, we'll kind of talk about the Super Bowl a little bit, maybe make a couple of mentions here, as we still got a long ways away, right? We can't ramp up too hard here, but I think books are becoming a little bit more confident in releasing their props. We've seen several books start to roll out a few props here going, and I even saw one big contest here in town ready to go here in a couple of days, and it's going to be awesome to get rolling with the bowl here. Let's get to, where's the date? Where's the date? There we go. Thank you for joining me, everybody, here in the chat. We're going to go over the games today, our preview of action today. Mixed results for me yesterday. You guys tried to help me out. I kind of didn't go with as many picks as I should have, maybe with the chat yesterday, and some of the picks had a rough day on the ice pretty much, but we did have some winners here on the show. NBA maybe was our some of our best here on the show yesterday. And how'd you do with your sports betting action? Say hello to my friends in the comments here in just a moment. Let's see who got us rolling to get started here. Cash Kane opened the doors here today. And good morning to Cash. Nick Handy here as well. Joe W. and Irish King. I'm wearing those big bags, Irish King. Top of the morning to you. Nuke is here. Nuke, thank you very much. Saw quick on the draw with that retweet today. I hope you were waiting for me, my brother. Man, Nuke magic on screen there, and teasing Nuke the other night. He caught wind of what I was saying. I always like to go on the other channel with the live shows, but man, a big conference championship games. No disrespect to Nuke. He's probably my favorite guy on all the panels when we're over there, but Nuke's got the best spoiler alerts in the country, or in both countries, if you know what I mean, or maybe the 51st state. And I was like, I'm just going to sit this one out. Got a great panelist. You saw it was a huge panel over there anyways. They don't need little old me. But Nuke actually behaved himself. I love when Nuke gives the spoilers during the regular season. But for the conference championships, I was just want to watch it alone, I guess. And I mentioned to Nuke in the chat. Thank you, Nuke, for making a funny there at me. Only you and I got it. Nobody else was paying attention, Nuke. Love you. Bobby McCormick here today. And maybe I can join for the Super Bowl now, but I like the spoiler alerts, actually. I wish you were giving them the other day a little bit Bobby Mack here. Hey, everyone. Here's my right-hand man. He's my Ed McMahon, Thomas Lewis. Good morning, everyone. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Like it, share it, smash it, rub it down all over. And Blue, good morning to you. All ready to roll, Blue, ready to go. Rockets today. How about the win for the Rockets yesterday over the Celtics? Amen Thompson. Man, this guy's a budding star on the hottest rising team in the league here right now. There's no doubt you have to include the Rockets among the top contenders in the West. Yes, Denver on a roll, certainly. You can look to some other teams, but you can't ignore this record, and you can't ignore some of these wins right now with the Houston Rockets. And maybe there was a little bit of, coaching. I don't know if it was a coaching edge, but certainly was a storyline there. We won't stop here today. Thank you. And who else we got? We got Joe T rolling here today. Thank you, Joe. He's got some, I think he's got some plays over in the community tab today, if I'm not mistaken. If I could call it up here real quick, but always join us in the community tab. Check it every day. I do, and I remember. I guess I'm remembering right now, but I thought I saw some plays up there today. Joe made a funny, or I think it was Joe, but we made a funny one with the coin toss. Who do you think's gonna win the coin toss? What's gonna come up, heads or tails over there? Yeah, Joe's got his first period totals over there. Check them out over there. I always like to, I've always for several years I hosted Super Bowl parties, right? You get on a microphone and you got a bunch of people around, and man, I'd always have a great time with it. You could do some great things when you're hosting a Super Bowl party. They even paid me to do, parties at bars and stuff like that. And I always had, one of the first things I'd say, the coin toss would come, and I'd be like, no matter what happened, I just make a joke like, oh, I'm already down a nickel, but you could have some fun with Super Bowl parties. I'd pass out like grading sheet, 1 through 10, and then I'd make everyone after each commercial hold up, 1 through 10 and kind of grade it there. I'd just look around and see what the best commercial was. And of course, you play Super Bowl bingo and stuff like that. You give everybody a bingo card with some really unique things, not just props and stuff like that. When you're dealing with a casual crowd, you got to celebrity sightings or which beer commercial might come up for things like that. You make a bingo card and have a lot of fun with that Super Bowl party. Awesome here. And let's see who else going on right now. That's it from you guys over in the chat. Maybe I got rolling here a little quick with the chat all-stars. Maybe I could have recapped the action first. You're welcome to comment. Remember, if you comment, you'll get a chance to hit our community, our consensus parlay today here on the Sports Money Network, Morning Steam Consensus Parlay. Yesterday, interestingly enough, right, you had the Lakers getting the win, but I don't think we won the community parlay there. There may have been a push when we were on the air. It was just a two-teamer anyways, if I'm not mistaken, right, fam? But nonetheless, the game landed. The Lakers, they got the job done, certainly there, winning the game at Charlotte. Anthony Davis, look, Anthony Davis is going to be a Hall of Famer. We can make fun of everything that we do, right? Everything we, with his, remember, he plays in every game now. Those injuries were real injuries. It's just the way it goes. But man, he's durable now, believe it or not. And what a performance by Anthony Davis. Really, some of these numbers are out of this world. Of course, he had an incredible first quarter yesterday, a record-setting kind of first quarter, and just the numbers overall. You don't see a player doing this for the last 35 years on some of the things that he's doing right now. Just incredible, Anthony Davis right now. And Lakers playing extremely well, even if they're not getting there on the money. Maybe some people did get some pushes out of that one yesterday. I gave myself a loss here on the show because when we talked about it, it was 5.5 or 6 yesterday morning. Came down a little bit. LaMelo Ball actually left that game with a turned ankle Charlotte was down big, and then the ball left, and the Hornets kind of came back right away. Lakers got off to an incredible start in that game. So we did have some winners, though, here on the show, including the Pistons and the Cavs game to go under yesterday. Winner here on the show. Also, winner here on the show, Magic and Heat game to go over. Yeah, Jimmy Butler was a story after we came off the air. I said yesterday on the preview, or I think it was even in the monologue, I said, could Butler get suspended again before the game? He did. And right now it looks like another. This one could be indefinite right now. You figure, and man, I really wanted to. I sent out the Magic as the pick. It did feel like the right move because it seems like the Heat, and again, it went overtime. A great game, no doubt about it. Exciting game. I don't know if it was well played, but the Heat, it seemed like in these other suspensions, it took a game or two for them to get over the, because when you have a guy of his caliber going in and out of lineup, it does mess up your, rotations, your chemistry, your momentum, and whatever. But the Heat were ready for the challenge. They gave the Magic a great game there yesterday, get the victory in overtime, was it overtime, double overtime, whatever it was, 125 to 119 yesterday, but we had the over in the game. Also, I had a premium pick winner, Sacramento and Brooklyn game to go under with my picks over at winnable.com. Thanks to all the subscribers yesterday. We had some premium pick winners, mixed results there though as well. We had, though, premium pick winner Pelicans and Raptors game to go under. Also, we gave out the Raptors here on the show over the Pelicans. Also, winner on the show yesterday with the Chicago Bulls over the Nuggets. We took those points with the Bulls, and the 8-point dog won by 8 points. So great job by the Bulls yesterday. Look, that total was high, right? And I went under with my premium pick. I'll give it to you. I mean, it did just go over by just a couple of points. Still a loss there. I guess if you're going to pick an under as a premium pick, it should go well under. You're not going to, say, hey, whoops. But nonetheless, I just want to make note of it because, man, as expected, it was a high-scoring game. I just thought maybe a little too high. But I did have winners here on the show yesterday, Atlanta and Minnesota game. To go under, and we had the Hawks as our premium pick winner in that game. They were getting about a dozen or 10 points or so, and they lost by 8. Also here, winner on the show late last night, Clippers and Suns. Me and Kelly V, we had the under in that one with Clippers and Suns game to go under there as the Suns held off the Clippers. They led by a nice little margin late. Clippers came rolling back in the last few minutes to make a game of it, but the Suns walked off with the victory. All right, NHL last night. I don't know if I could find many winners here yesterday, so maybe I need your help here today in the NHL. I had a premium pick winner last night with the, let's see, let me remember what it was. Here yesterday. I'm trying to look it up here. I'm not sure I was able to get anything done. I'm going to just throw the sheet out here. It looks like our consensus play, though, I will mention, was the St. Louis Blues, and they got rocked by Vancouver there yesterday, 5-2. So we couldn't get it quite done in that one. And my Kings lost. Man, they all of a sudden hit the wall here a little bit against the Red Wings. So Kings, a little bit of struggles there. Let's get rid of that thing. Woo, we need some help here on our NHL card. I do like today's NHL card, so I think I'll bounce it back. In the NCAA action last night, we did have a winner here on the show with Penn State. Nittany Lions with the win over Michigan yesterday. A pretty good ball game there. Penn State played pretty well, getting the money in that one against Michigan. They did lose by 4. Michigan had a bit of a lead. Penn State came roaring back, did the job there in that one. Let's see. It was Michigan actually had to. I'm trying to remember what it was. Penn State didn't score over the last 2 minutes of the game. after Penn State had come all the way back. And Penn State, though, they are in a bit of a slump despite getting the money, losing 6 of their last 7 games. We did have a Mikey Money consensus yesterday. I've been looking for these, right? I make my pick in the morning. I watch pre-gaming. I see Mikey give the pick. We had Ohio State to crush Iowa yesterday as a Mikey Money consensus, as I like to call it. So I'm going to try to find a way to try to feature those. Mike comes on after I do, but I popped in there in the chat and said, hey, Mike, this is our pick. And I also had a premium pick winner in that game on the under yesterday. I don't think it was even close. I think what was the final in that one in the end? 82-65. So a pretty easy winner. We mentioned it there yesterday that weren't seeing many Ohio State games kind of getting up into that 150 range. So pretty good win there, no doubt. Winner on the show yesterday, Towson and Northeastern in that big game. Game total over. We had the winner here on the show yesterday. And yeah, we did go to the extra board for some of our winners yesterday. But I want to shout out Mikey Money. He had the winner on the Incarnate Word New Orleans game to go under yesterday on pre-gaming. I had Corpus Christi over McNeese in that big game there as McNeese did get the win by just 1 point to remain undefeated in Southland play, but it was Corpus Christi that got the money as an underdog. I had a premium pick winner with the Houston Christian winner over Southeast Louisiana, 5.6-point dog in that one, and they won the game outright yesterday. Did Houston Christian. Also, we had a premium pick winner with East Texas A&M, an underdog play there, and they got the money in that one against Stephen F. Austin. So a good day of college basketball coming up here tonight. Major conference action for sure. Late night, UCLA over USC, 82-76. I whiffed on this one, but the Bruins won their 4th straight. It's all hunky-dory right now, right, with UCLA and the player-coach relationship going on there right now as the Bruins won their 4th straight game, and UCLA looked very good on offense there. USC, they struggled from deep range. They're a good inside team, but you're going to need some outside shooting. They still finished with 76 points. I thought it'd be a rock fight, but every other handicapper was saying high-scoring game, so I whiffed big time on that one. Actually, paid cappers for the most part were on the under with me, but the public cappers that I was watching on YouTube yesterday were on the over. So who knows here what to do? I need to know what you're going to do with me today here on the show. And the other one, I can't pass this one up, right? Even though I whiffed on the show. Doesn't feel like I whiffed on the show yesterday with Iowa State in that loss to Arizona. How about my man Caleb Love hitting that half-court shot at the buzzer, more than half-court shot at the buzzer to force overtime. And then Arizona with that bench, man. Iowa State's got to worry big time about that bench once they start to, get into some big games, I think. Wildcats, 2nd place now in the Big 12, so watch out. They're just a game behind Houston as Arizona's starting to click here right now. It's 86-75 was the final score. In that game, Arizona pulled away in overtime. So I had Iowa State in that one. And, well, I guess we were just a home run away from winning that one. But great shot by Caleb Love sent the crowd into a frenzy. All right. Going to say hello to a few more folks in the chat and then get started with our show. Here today, we're going to preview the NHL 8 games on tap, NBA 4 games on tap, including a write-in game. You may already know about it, but Houston and Atlanta, your printed schedules, or if you do that sort of thing like me, may not have it in. I had to write it in, one of those makeups there with Houston and Atlanta today. That one will be at 7:40 Eastern, 4:40 Pacific, and your TV doubleheader tonight, Lakers, Sixers, Bucks, and Blazers, I believe, is the TNT doubleheader tonight. And I picked, I want to say 8 to 10 college basketball games to look at, including some of the best conference features. Let me say hello to the chat. A few more in the chat here, maybe. And see who else. I agree, Thomas. Never. I don't like when, and they don't, of course, in the NFL. We know it's a hit the ground. In tennis, it hits the ground, but you always wonder, right? You've seen some college games where I think college games, right, where they catch the coin, right, and uh, you know, some guys, right, the how do they do it? We're like that little second of hesitation. You're like, let the coin hit the ground. And we know in the Super Bowl, you got the uh, heads and tail, the logos and everything. So Jim Duweiger here today. Jim, I think Jim did pretty well in the. There's a contest for the Super Bowl over there across the street, and I'll reiterate it here. I can cash as long as I pick the winner of the Super Bowl. I can do no worse than a tie for second place. But I've got to pick the winner of the Super Bowl. I think it's probably going to be a few $100s for sure. And we know who's in the lead, and it's up to his pick. Pete, love you, and we'll see what Pete does in there. And I don't know, and I don't know if I want to know. I'm just going to stick to my guns here in the Super Bowl. I'm going to wait to give out my pick. I was in the chat on one of the shows, and shout out to one of my friends in the chat. I don't know if he's watching here today, but it was like, it was Sunday night with the guys on the PSR chat, and they're like, Ramon, what's your pick for the Super Bowl? I'm probably not going to give out as a paid tout. Probably not going to give out the pick 2 weeks in advance. I think I know who I like in the Super Bowl, but let's just keep it close to the vest, shall we? And Thomas talking about how good AD looked on those turnarounds, right? All as well. So, and T. Moss says, you know what? The Lakers tonight, maybe because of the back-to-back, maybe we won't see these guys. We already know no Embiid tonight and no PG. I mean, the Sixers are going into this one with a host of injuries here in the Lake. So maybe it will work out for the Lakers on the back-to-back. Let's see what Jermaine says about Fezzik here. Maybe I can say something controversial and get Fezzik's attention over here. Let's see, Fezzik, why certain NFL teams will never win the Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, Thomas says Bronny's on the roster today. That sounds great. Remember, I mentioned it yesterday. If you haven't seen the dunk by Bronny the other night in his G League game, it might be worth watching if you're a little bit of a fan of the James family there. He surprised himself, I think, in that one, but it was cool. It was cool to see with his teammates getting all hyped as he posterized some poor G League defender. Here, okay. Jermaine says he's ready to go. He's not waiting like me. He's okay. He was talking about the Flyers there, I think, or I don't know. Get that right. Toucan, hello there. That was exciting, wasn't it, Toucan? A good game there yesterday. And look, those are two teams that can be Sweet 16 teams, no doubt. Maybe even Elite 8 teams with Iowa State. Nothing wrong with Iowa State. They played another great game on the road, but just, playing a very good team. And, Caleb Love, I'm trying to remember. I think he was not having too great of a game there last night. Was he before he made that shot? Trying to remember now. Arizona saved Gerardo last night. It was good action there in the Big Ten with USC and UCLA. Still gotta take a second always to figure it out, right? I mean, we know that USC, US, and UCLA Big Ten, but when you're talking about Arizona Big 12, and I can get confused a little bit, even me. All right, let's see what else. Jermaine here. Let's see, T. Moss and T Moss says, I can't do it. I need the lineups. I think for me, T Moss, I really respect what you're saying here, but for me, I like to use my uh, speculation and knowledge to try to take advantage of lines that maybe the public aren't able to rely on. There are always going to be some, uh, you know, going to get burned sometimes, no doubt about it, with the way the NBA works out. But my premium card usually comes out. That's one of the reasons why on NBA, my premium card comes out usually just an hour or so before game time over on Winnable. And let's see here. Subhuman here, ready to go today. We know that tomorrow is the big day in the Champions League. I don't know if I've confirmed it with the guys yet. I know that we've been talking about it, so I do want to promote it here if we go live for that incredible card tomorrow, whether we're on or not. It's going to be wild action in the Champions League tomorrow with all the games going off at once. Tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun with all. I don't know how many there are. 18 games there tomorrow, and man, that we had trouble with 7 games going off, keeping track of all the scoring. That's going to be incredible. There, we won't even have time to make any picks during the action. All right. Peaceful Looter here today. Nice to have him here. And thank you, thank you. Let's see what he's saying here. Ready to play fantasy baseball this season, I think, there. I think that's what he's saying. And he's saying that did a poker room get closed, Peaceful Looter? I hope that's not the case. But some people are quizzing me. Why is poker losing its momentum? I don't know if it is necessarily. I try to get out every couple of weeks and go on over to the South Point, my favorite place to play, and either play a little cash for a couple of hours, grab a couple of hot dogs, or maybe enter a tournament. Although I like online tournaments a little bit better, but I don't mind playing some cash. And I look at it as a social thing for me. I don't get out much, and I don't know where to go. I don't have any friends. You guys are the closest thing to friends I've got. So, uh, you know, my personality. It can shine at a poker table a little bit. Once I get a little comfortable, I'm actually quite shy, despite of what you guys see here on the air. And let's see here. Oh, Jim's out of the thing. Yeah, okay. I don't know if anybody, like I said, the only reason I keep talking about it when the contest, Jim, is that I control my own destiny, right? All I got to do is pick the winner to cash. So let's see here. Jermaine. We saw, of course, yesterday, more, the coaches got to uh, make their first press conferences with their new teams, right? Yesterday, we saw uh, some of the interviews there. We saw Aaron Glenn said, "Don't ask me about who's the starting quarterback on this team. We have a decision to make on Aaron Rodgers." So he doesn't want to talk about it. That. Doesn't sound good, right? Because if I'm a new coach, I just say Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback until he isn't. That's very disrespectful. So they must know, there must be something to that, right? Even if you knew Aaron Rodgers was not going to be there, you want to give him all the respect, and maybe they talked to him and said don't say anything, but it did seem a little bit awkward there yesterday. Pete Carroll introduced there, and with Marshawn there. Pete was given, I don't know, it was kind of bad timing by Marshawn, but still, I think Pete and Lynch have such a great relationship. But Pete was going into some personal details, and I was, watching the press conference, and he was ready to say some very poignant things when Marshawn started yelling out Raiders. So the timing wasn't good, but it was all in fun with Marshawn yesterday. And we saw Jerry Jones go on his press tour trying to defend his hiring of Schottenheimer, saying, hey, the apple doesn't fall from the tree. Look, Marty Schottenheimer was a great coach. I think we all can agree that if he can strike with some type of the risk that he's taking, that's what he said. We all take risks there. And Jones, maybe more of a puppet. I think that's what everybody perceives with the hiring of Schottenheimer there. You bring in a big name coach and you're going to have the butting of the heads. Here you bring in someone or keep someone anyway with the promotion there where Jones can still keep his footprint on the Cowboys. And also the awkward one, right, was Liam Cohen yesterday with his, if you don't know how to say Duval, then you don't say it all weird like he did, right? It was a cringe-worthy moment for Cohen. Probably a pretty good coach. Probably could be a real good head coach, but leave the, uh, kissing up to the fans a little bit if you can't say it right there. AOD here today. Thank you for being here on the Sports Money Network and the Morning Steam Show. All right. This is my favorite part of the show. You know that. All right. But we got to get to the games here. And Jim says he's got a lot of BTTSs there tomorrow in the Champions League. And yeah, because, when some of the games will matter, some of them, there'll be some jostling, but really you're just looking right at the spots. I think I didn't quite get around to looking at it yet, but I'm ready to go. And, you got to look at the 6 through 10 in there and also down to the, what is it? The, the groupings anyway, and where they're going to finish here. So, okay, thank you to Subhuman. So that we can't really go official here yet, but looks like we can do the show tomorrow. And wow, it'll be exciting. I was really happy with the turnout in the first one here. And, I don't know if we'll be able to do any, the shows in some of because of the way the Champions League format is. Remember, there's more games in the knockout stage this year, but it just feels like the groups. This is going to be our best show if we do it tomorrow for sure. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. All right, R. Toms. Good morning. Hello, and let's see here. That might be it. And Curtis is here today as well. All right. Hey, everyone, you can get my best plays over at winnable.com/Ramon. I have some plays there for today, or I'm going to have some plays there for today. So I'm usually sending out this package right now, 30 minutes to 2 hours before the big games start. And also you can get my free package over there. And I'll maybe I can get together some tennis this week. I'll definitely have some golf this week with a great tournament here coming up. And we did see that news, right? It was the worst kept secret in golf over the last couple of weeks. We're at Pebble Beach this week. So all the stars are going to be there when you're going to Pebble Beach. But then the LA tournament, the Tiger Woods event, has been moved back to Torrey Pines there. I said on, I don't know if it was this stream or I think we were on with, I was on with the boys on one of our streams. And I said, it looks like they're going to move that LA event to either La Quinta or Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines is going to be the destination for the Tiger event there when the LA event is going to be played in San Diego due to some resonance of the fires. I don't know what the total situation there is at Riviera, but nonetheless, they're going to end up playing that tournament out of town or down in San Diego. So anyways, I'll have golf plays for sure this week. And I'm going to maybe have some tennis once we get into the later rounds here. We're in action here right now. I'm watching some matches here. We don't have a lot of big names here this week. We're playing in Montpellier, France. Right now, I'm watching Greek Spore over Van de Zandschulp here right now with Greek Spore winning, and I'm also seeing action here in Austria as the ladies are underway right now. So maybe when we get out, there's some smaller or lesser names there. So make sure you subscribe to me over at winnable.com. Thank you to all the subscribers there right now. Over there, but you get that free package as well. Go to winnable.com/Ramon or just click that QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, and that's where you'll get my picks for at winnable.com. Okay, thank you for listening to that. my little commercial there. And again, we're viewer supported here. This is how you support me on the show. If I end up with no subscribers, I'm not going to do the morning steam anymore. I love you guys, but uh, you know, uh, hey, if I could make a fortune betting, maybe I would. They always say, right? But like I said, I like coming here for you guys, and I don't know. Like I said, maybe I will have to come back because you guys are my friends. I hope. All right, use that promo code STEAM to save 20%. We're going to start the show now and get ready with our NBA action here. Prayers up to you, Blue Balls. We're really, man, I can't believe you're stopping by just to be with us, but it makes me feel very special that you want to spend some time with the people who do what you do. So thank you very much, and prayers up to you, Blue Balls. What you're saying there in the chat, really, prayers up. And I know I feel you because as someone who was a caretaker for my mom when she was bedridden, and I wasn't going to have her stay in a home or anything when I could be with her, uh, you know, doing those things that you do when you caretake someone, how you have to take care of them if they can't walk and they're bedridden. It was had a single mom, so just me and her. And I knew when I went to sleep on that final night of her life that it wasn't going to be that she might not be around when I woke up. And so, I really feel for you there, and know that we know a little bit what you went through and what it feels like and everything. So I'm deeply saddened for your loss. Okay. Okay, let's see. Jim's got Wyndham Clark in the tournament as well. Daddy Beats is here today. And let's get started with the show, shall we? And get rolling here with our 4-game NBA card here today. And we'll start it off with the Lakers taking on the 76ers here in this one. We could just make a conclusion to what we saw yesterday. Oh, you guys, I got a little off track. Let me restart here real quick. Let me get the steam out there that's come in since we've been on the show so far. I'm sorry about that. Let me roll it with this a little bit, and then we'll go to the NBA. I got to get our steam in here. Tennessee is just taking some steam here moments ago. They were a 9-point favorite. They're going to be up to a 10-point favorite or so today in their game with Kentucky, a good one here in the SEC, kind of moving against those computer lines. It feels like right now up to 10.5 here possibly for Tennessee against this good Kentucky team, man. They still have that spurt ability, if you will. So, they're taking Tennessee here to roll. And we've seen Tennessee in some of those games, right? When they've been big favorites, they don't feel like they are able to get the money with their style here a little bit. But the steam's coming in on Tennessee. Also, Georgetown taking the steam here against St. John's today. They were a 5-point dog, but this one's going down right now for sure in the big game with St. John's and Georgetown. It's all the way down to 3.5 right now with the Hoyas and the Johnnies here. Love that matchup. All the way back to Lou Carnesecca and John Thompson. But you got two very unique coaches there right now. Georgetown taking the steam here this morning in their matchup against St. John's. Also, Eastern Michigan taking the steam here. It was 11 down to 10 or so, it looks like, in that matchup with Miami of Ohio, as Eastern Michigan taking the steam on the road, getting double digits here still, but about 10 right now in that matchup with Miami of Ohio. Also, while I was yapping away, Marquette and Butler. Interesting to note, steam on the over here. We know what Marquette's kind of all about, right? Maybe it's not that old Shaka-D, but still. But this one's heading over here right now with the steam. It was 146.5, and we're up to 148 at a few books here right now with Marquette and Butler. It's Butler, right, that kind of shows that offensive to do, if you will. Going up against Marquette, no doubt, could be interesting here, but the steam is on the over this morning with Marquette and Butler. Also, steam came in. We mentioned the, steam came in here on Ohio U, -2 in the matchup against Toledo. Right now, Ohio U has moved to a 3.5-point favorite at Bovada right now. So steam on the Bobcats in their matchup with the Rockets today. And I think there might have been one or two more while I was talking. Yes, how about the Golden Knights took some steam here on the ice in their matchup tonight with the Dallas Stars in our certainly featured game here on the ice here tonight with the Stars and the Golden Knights. I'm showing the Golden Knights up to $1.25 right now at Bovada. That looks like the high line here. It was $1. 12 opener at Circa, all the way up here now to $1.25 at Bet Online. The steam came in on the Golden Knights. Still playing pretty good at home, no doubt about it. All right, and that's it. Let's start over. Start over here with the Lakers and the Sixers. Here we go. Almost forgot what the name of what the show was all about here a little bit. Chosen One says the move is based on Butler here being out for Kentucky. Look, I definitely feel that one, but nonetheless, it does feel like Kentucky's got a pretty good roster, good coach, man. You got a Pope looks like the real deal to me. Chosen One's ready to go with his NBA play. Thank you very much. And Chosen One talking about those injuries there a little bit. Thank you, Chosen One. Appreciate that. Nasty Nate says St. John's will smash them, and he's getting a discount now in that game, right? Thomas liked Butler in that game, but Nuke likes the Johnnies with Nasty Nate. And Jermaine also talking Ohio. Here we go. Thomas is ready to go. He's got his play there. He's ready to go. Lakers and over. Thomas you have great anticipation, Thomas, to make sure that, I know sometimes if somebody else gets their play out, but you have the order and you put it out just so I can refer back. Okay, here we go with the Lakers in this one on the road against the Sixers. The line is definitely 4, maybe some 3.5s out there. I'm showing the total here has definitely dropped about 2 points so far, down to general line maybe of 215.5. The sharp books are still hanging on to 216, but the move is on the under here currently. So far today, right, with the Sixers and the Lakers here. To me, the Sharps are still going to want to take Philly here in this one. But, man, without these injuries and the personnel out for Philadelphia, we know Embiid is out with that foot injury. You've got Paul George out. You've got Drummond out. You've got Caleb Martin out of this one as well. Lakers do have a few guys questionable here for this one, including Hachimura. I don't know if he'll make the lineup necessarily here. Gabe Vincent questionable also. So we'll see what you guys maybe can do with this one with the Lakers. They're on the back-to-back, obviously, following the win there. They, like I said, they may have gotten a push, they may have gotten a cover, whatever, but they did get the job done there, even though the Hornets gave them a little bit of a battle. And you certainly can respect the Sixers a little bit, trying a little bit harder here to kind of try to save their season a little bit. They're still 10 games under 500. The Lakers are 26-18 coming in with a 4-game winning streak, but the Sixers have won 2 in a row. They beat Chicago and they had that upset win over Cleveland. They both were upset wins, actually, as they were underdogs in both of those games. So Philadelphia has covered the spread 6 straight years against the Lakers here at home. The Sixers have gone over in 4 straight games right now at home. Let me hear from you in the chat with your picks in this one, Lakers and the Sixers. The Sixers are just 5-14 against the spread at home this year, 8-17 against the spread as an underdog. So Lakers don't show any real penchant for always covering the spread, and the Sixers actually have had the best of this series, although the Lakers did win in LA 116-106, covering 7 points back in November. But the Sixers have fared okay against the Lakers for sure in this series, although the teams, of course, meet just twice a year. We're going to the chat here right now, and I'll go back to Thomas to start us off. He does say Lakers and over here. Thomas, funny you mentioned that, Tom, because today's schedule was pretty good. I did get up, did all my handicapping, and then probably about, I don't know, 4, I said, you know what, I'm going to go back to bed here for a little bit, for an hour or so, and grab another hour, and got up in time for the show. Got up in time to do some more work on the show. Robert likes the under here. Don't forget Maxie, right? They're not all sitting out. Hello to Old E. Good morning. And Jermaine says he was on the broad. Yeah, now I realize what he said. He was on the Broad Street Bullies yesterday in that game against the Devils, and he took me down. Jermaine took me down yesterday in that one. I just failed on that game miserably. R. Tomps likes the under in this one as well. Like I said, the total definitely moving down here. Nuke says he's ready for the NBA playoffs, that is. All right. That might be it for the group here. All right, give me the Lakers here in this one again. I think there's just too many out. Yeah, Maxi can light it up. Probably be a 3 or 4 point game here still, but I'll try the Lakers as my pick here on the show. Next up is that Rockets and Hawks game. In this one, you have the Rockets coming in right now. About a 6-point favorite, and the Hawks are on a losing streak. In fact, I'm seeing this line now up to 7 here in this one with the Rockets. Of course, the Rockets are the team, on the back-to-back following the great win that they had over the Celtics yesterday. So they do got to lay points here despite coming in here off the back-to-back, and they got it done winning that game as an underdog against Boston yesterday. But they're taking a little bit of action here. I don't know. It feels like it's kind of sharp because I'm showing the public tickets are kind of split. The Hawks are on a losing streak here for sure right now. Got to get out of this funk here a little bit. They did cover the spread in the game last night against the Wolves. We did have the Hawks in that one, despite the fact that they had lost several games in a row right now and failed to cover the spread in those games as well. But they were able to keep in there. They never really got close, I don't think. It was always wandering between 8-10 points just all game, it felt like. Now, the Hawks are in their best role as an underdog. They are 15-12 against the spread. They're 8-13 against the spread at home. The Rockets, they're one of the best spread teams in the league for sure, and the terrific spread team on the road, 15-7 against the spread. They're 7-2-1 against the spread in their last 10 games. The Hawks are money, and they're good, and no doubt. Now, both teams definitely trend over in the venues, right? You got the Hawks here, 15-6 to the over at home, even though they've been trending under of late. Houston 14-9 to the over on the road coming into this one. So let's see what you have here in this one with Houston and Atlanta tonight. The Rockets have gone over in 5 straight road games. They've won 9 of their last 10 games on the road. Atlanta's gone under in 6 of their last 7 overall. The Hawks have actually won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. So that sways you anywhere for Atlanta here, because Houston just is crushing here. And there is one key trend that certainly bears repeating here. I haven't said it yet, but for Atlanta, they are just 2-16 against the spread in their last 18 games when coming off of a road loss. So 2-16 for Atlanta against the spread when coming in off of a road loss, and that's what they did last night. They're on the back-to-back as well. So, all right, let's see what you have here in this one with Houston and Atlanta. And I'll go to the chat here. See what you got. Again, a write-in game, so some of your schedules may not have it, and you have to write it down a little bit. Thomas is on the Rockets and the over here. Cash Kane says lay it. Rockets spread for blue. Robert does like the under, though, says, you know what, this is getting a little bit high, and there's no doubt. I almost agree with that. I don't know if I'm going to agree with Robert in this one, but I can see, knowing what the way Robert, I think we approach the totals just the same, and I think that's why it's going to be my free pick, Robert, even though if I'm going the other way, if you know what I mean, because, yeah, there's a lot of feels like the books are starting to charge a little bit, if you wanted to go over, and that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But I'm going through your picks first. Here, I think I've already said it. And, only I think I can count on one hand the number of times I've actually switched picks, right? Remember the last week? Last week I did it big time. All right. What else here? Hawks for Jermaine in this one. Houston first half for chosen one. Hawks under for our Tomps as well. Again, Robert, our Tomps, we're always in sync, but I think I'm feeling what they're feeling. Good morning to James Parm. But for me, the Rockets on the road, they're playing so well. I'm going to take the over here as my pick here on the show. Like I said, kind of dicing through those trends a little bit maybe for me. But yeah, there's no doubt my number does. I'm kind of relying on maybe the eye test, because my number's certainly at least right around this, if not just a little bit lower. I think my consensus number came out at 226.5, so I can respect the play there. That's it for you guys. It looks like in the chat. I'll take the over in this one. All right, next up is the Bucks here on the road taking on the Trailblazers. And again, the Bucks definitely, back to what we're always expecting with the Bucks. You kind of wondered when they had the slow start, is it over for the Bucks, at least for as far as coasting through the regular season? They still have some losses certainly here at 26-18 currently. Portland comes in 17-29, but both teams are relatively hot coming in, even though Portland lost their last game to OKC. We had them taking 14 points. They lost by 10. They're on a cover streak for sure, are the Blazers. I'm always going to include a team playing well if they're covering spreads. I don't care if they've lost 8 in a row. If they've covered all 8 games, they've overachieved. So anyways, Milwaukee's coming in with a blast over Utah, 125-110, as they covered 8.5. Now, they did lose to the Clippers before that, but before that, they were covering numbers against Miami, against Philly, against Toronto. So the Bucks doing a good job here. This total has dropped to either 229, maybe 228.5 here right now. It's moving lower for sure here in this one. Take a look at some of your comments and picks here, and let's go with this one. The Bucks on the road at the Trailblazers, playing well. Milwaukee, they've been covering all their game. They've been winning and covering as a favorite for sure. Not getting the money in everyone, like I said, but Portland has covered 4 straight as an underdog coming in. Milwaukee, here on the back-to-back following yesterday's game there. What was that result? I know we covered it a little bit in the game against the Jazz. I know what I wanted. I was going to complain there a little bit yesterday. I lost that one. I liked the Jazz plus the points in yesterday's game ended up being 125 to 110. I got blowed out of that one as the Bucks looked pretty strong there. Of course, okay. Go to the chat here. Whoops. And get your comments here. So the Bucks, though, on a back-to-back here, they have gone under in 12 of their last 13 games on a back-to-back when on the road. So that's pretty significant. But the Bucks are a slightly over team here of late, having gone over in 7 of their last 10 games. And Portland is 14-8 to the over on the road. But the Bucks definitely have some under trends as well a little bit here. Again, the pressure is on the under for sure from the Sharps, it feels like in this one. But let's see what you might have here with the Bucks taking on the Blazers here tonight. The Bucks game I failed to mention was against Utah. I think I did say it actually against Utah last night. So we know Utah's bad, but I tried them anyways. All right, I'm going to the chat right now to see what you have in this one. Okay, and we're starting off with Thomas says he's got the Bucks and the over here. 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Basically, that's 5 years of unders between these two. Portland covered 5 straight here. Milwaukee's 6-1 their last 7 games against the spread. So here's Blue. It likes Bucks team total over tonight. Cash Game just says I can only take him on the money line, but I do like the Bucks. Robert likes the under here in this one. So does our Tomps. Oh yeah. Try not to give out the premiums. Anyways. And not interesting to note there, the Blazers, whenever you got a team like this kind of improving on their defense here, and look, they weren't all tough opponents. Like I said, the OKC game was tough, but they played terrific against Charlotte. Remember, they held Orlando to 79 points in that game a couple of games back. They also held Miami to 107, and they held the relatively high-scoring Bulls in a big-time under 113 to 102 when they knocked off the Bulls. James Parham likes the under. A lot of unders here, but Thomas said go over, remember. And Robert says the Blazers, when you're young, right, you don't fear any team. You don't fear teams a little bit, right? You're on a free roll a little bit. Portland probably ain't going to make the playoffs. So, and Jermaine and I were on Portland and under here for Jermaine. And, Dana, thank you so much for your support of the Sports Money Network. Really do appreciate that. Remember, we're viewer supported here, so thank you very much. We keep doing those. And Thomas says, even though he had the under, enough has come in from the chat here. I'm taking Portland as my pick, by the way. I know Thomas may have heard me there say I'm going to probably go with that as a pre. I don't mind if he uses that as part of the consensus there. You heard me say it. And I do want you to subscribe to my picks, even though I may have given it away. I'm taking Portland here in this one. Jermaine says Anthony Simons to go over here. But I'll take Portland plus these points at home as my official play here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, we're going to have to win because I'm already down $580 in the stock market, but screw those techies, right? What happened yesterday? You know what it is? When NVIDIA goes down 15%, you know what that means? You better go get some NVIDIA. Right? You mean to tell me some Temu chips from China are going to be better than Blackwell? Come on. Jensen Wang's going to get out there in a couple of days and blow us away again. And we're going to get all that money here. I've been off Nvidia for the whole time because the thing was oversold. Now you just had a 15% drop on Nvidia. Get yourself some Nvidia today. It might be too late. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Um, our Tom's was talking about it, right? I thought the market held really strong based on the news, and everyone was all getting crazy there. All right. Let's move on. We got one more here in the NBA, in the aforementioned Utah Jazz here at the Warriors in this one. The Warriors favored by 12 now and 228.5 against Utah. They got some issues here for sure. It hasn't been good times at all. I tried Utah yesterday, but still, Utah on the road, they've been playing. They're on a losing streak. Okay, I get that, but they've had some covers. Not last two games, of course. Lost to the Bucks yesterday by 15 at home. Lost to Memphis by 22 on the road, getting 11. They did cover against OKC. They covered against the Pelicans, getting double digits here, but still 9-3 against the spread their last 12 games on the road. Now, they've been up and down with these injuries for sure, right? And today, again, you're looking at a couple of key players here with Kessler and Collins. This is one my friends in the chat wait for the injuries. You might be waiting for the injuries on this one too. I think Clarkson probably good to go, right? But Draymond, he's definitely out here right now in this game, so that's a little bit of a factor here, certainly, especially for a Warriors team that they're not great against the spread at home, 9-14 against the spread. Utah 15-10 against the spread on the road. So let's see what you guys want to do here in this one. It's certainly interesting here. Utah's gone over in 13 of their last 18 games on the road. They're 16-9 to the over on the road this season. And if you look at the numbers, though, Utah does have some under tendencies when playing in the back-to-back. This is what's kind of making it tough for me to get on the total just now, and maybe I have to wait for the injuries for me, even me, on the total in this one. But I do kind of feel like the spot is all Utah, and I might not be able to get off of it. But the Jazz have had their last 7 road games on a back-to-back go under here, and obviously that's, like I said, that's where the move appears currently right now. So the tickets are heavy on the Warriors. The tickets are heavy on the over. Heavy on Warriors and over coming into this one. So let's go to the chat and wrap up the NBA coverage here with the Warriors and the Jazz. Golden State has beaten Utah 8 straight times at home, but the road team often covers this game, 5 straight covered by the road team. Let's go to the chat here. Not too much from you guys, it looks like, with this matchup. But we do have Jermaine says he needs to get into the stocks. For me, I just always, as someone who was employed, I'm employed by you guys now. Thank you so much for your support, you guys. This is my business, the Morning Steam Show. But as someone who worked, most of his life anyway, until I was about 50, it feels like. I just went with the 401ks, and maybe you'd trade stocks back in the day but now with the Robinhood, I mean, it's just so much. I don't know. It's almost fun. It's fun, right? To kind of, and I just got to be on down days I buy, and on winning days I sell. Pretty easy, actually. For I don't know. I mean, so you're always going to go up, I guess. Who knows? Let me see here. Looking at the picks. Trying to see here. Okay, here's Thomas with Golden State and the over here in this one. And Jermaine, Golden State. Oh, I'm on Golden State game under. Golden State under here is Jermaine. Okay. And Cash Kane says he's laying it. Warriors laying it out a small slate. One favorite. Yeah, hey, you never want to push it, but you never want to miss out on an opportunity either. And even if you dial it back, I mean, I'm always going to fire here. Robert's on the Jazz. I'm on the Jazz with Robert here. I'll take the Jazz plus these points against the Warriors. The Warriors have plenty of issues, even with a Draymond not in the whatever. Right, there are certainly right now the Warriors last out got beat up pretty good by the Lakers. They've also gone. Let's see here, not terrible right now. 21-24 against the spread. All right, that's it. NBA done. Thank you, everyone, for your picks there. And yeah, I might just have a one premium or two with the package today over at Winnable, but please consider subscribing to get my best plays over there. Yeah, I gave out the Jazz here, but I might find my way to the total in this one. Let's go to the ice, where we've got a good card of 8 games here today, and started off with a nice one here with the Canes on the road taking on the Rangers tonight. You've got the Canes, of course, favored here on the road, minus $1.40. The total 5.5 over, minus 125, or maybe it is 6 under 20 here at this point. Let's see what most of the books are reporting right now. As I feel like it's mostly 6 unders. DraftKings is 5.5 over 25, but you look across the board here and it looks like most of them are 6 under here at this point. Carolina was on a roll until they had their winning streak snapped against the Islanders the other night, 3-2. The Rangers are coming in here off of a loss to the Avalanche, 5-4 a couple of nights ago. For the Rangers here, they're 6-1-3 in the last 10. Carolina 6-2-2 in the last 10. But Carolina 26-18 this season as a favorite. The Rangers are just 5-11 straight up as an underdog coming in. So maybe they're a little bit to consider with the Carolina and the Rangers. Let's go to your suggestions here in the chat, and I'll give a few more notes on the game here as soon as I kind of catch up here with our NHL notes. All right. Oh, man. Just give me one moment here again. The old tweet deck's gone down. I don't know if the injuries are that significant that I need to keep up on the tweet deck here, but definitely don't want to miss anything. All right, let's go here and get your notes, get your plays on this one between the Hurricanes and the Rangers. The Rangers, yes, they are pretty bad as an underdog here, but they are playing a little bit better here of late. The wins over Philly, Ottawa, comfortably, right? 5-0 over the Senators, 6-1 over the Flyers, and the Rangers have won 13 of their last 14 games off of a home loss. So you're still playing a tough game here, no doubt about it. The Rangers have also gone under in 8 straight home games coming off of a home loss. So Carolina has failed to cover the puck line in 6 straight on the road as a favorite coming in, but still going to get the favorite tag here for sure in this matchup. Carolina's won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams, including 3-1 here in the Garden back in December. They also won at home in November 4-3 over the Rangers, but the Rangers have won 4 of their last 5 at home right now. Carolina comes in having won 4 of their last 5 games overall. Let's go to the chat here with the game tonight. And they're going to start it off with Cash Kane likes the Canes here. Cash Kane likes the Canes. Art Thompson likes the Canes as well. Jermaine says, Tuffy. And Robert does like the under here in this one. I think it's going to be moving lower too. I think, right, Robert? If you like the under, you might want to get these six unders right now. I know you can always buy it up, but once it goes to 5.5, then you're going to be laying probably $1.35 or $1.40 on the under. And Kane's not losing back to back right now, says Kane. All right, well, I'm gonna have to go against Kane there. Like 13 and still kind of trust. To me, the Rangers are coming back to life here. It does feel like a little bit at 24, 21, and 4. Yes, the Canes are great, no doubt about it. 30 wins already. Let me see what's going on in goalie land too here. See if we have anything confirmed just yet at 10:20 Eastern. We might have some confirmations.
Final.
I'm not seeing anything yet, other than Logan Thompson for the Caps. So I'm still expecting in this one Kashetkov and Shesterkin here. Kashetkov at 2.48 goals against average, and Igor is definitely knocked about a quarter of a goal off his struggling numbers there. You say struggling, you feel like Igor can, be Igor at any time, and he hasn't had his best season. I understand that, but I'm going to take the Rangers here tonight at a little plus money against the Canes. Next up, Blackhawks on the road here. We got a mismatch here for sure right now. The Blackhawks don't seem to be making any improvement. This line I have on the screen is probably a little bit too high right now. Maybe we can call it 350. We've been showing some of the sharp books even a little bit lower than that right now. And the total 6.5, heavily juiced to the under here for sure. Showing the sharp books maybe as low as 325 or so in this one on Tampa Bay. Hey, could I consider that a bit of a discount possibly for the Lightning here? Because man, this Blackhawks, it's not getting any better. You want to think it is, but now they're on a 3-game losing streak again. Yeah, they played Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and Carolina, and they only lost by a 4-3 margin in those. They are scoring goals, but it's just the defense is pretty bad. So that's why you see this total 6.5 right now. Chicago is 24-21 as a puck line underdog. Tampa Bay just 15-13 as a puck line favorite here. And let's see what that puck line number is, though, because I think I'm going to be on Carolina. We go over some of the trends here still, despite the fact that we have a $3 favorite here in this one. You have Carolina here is I'm sorry, Tampa Bay here in this one, -1.5 at -140. So I'll take it. Look, the Blackhawks are still costing you a third of a unit on the road, despite the fact that they're getting, plus $3 in some of these games. Like I said, I lowered the line on screen, but Bovada still is -380 here with Tampa Bay right now. So, all right. Let me call up some. Let me see here. I'm going to go to the chat in this one. These are two under teams for sure, it feels like. But Chicago 3-5-2 to the under in their last 10. Tampa Bay 3-6-1 to the under in their last 10 games overall. Let's go to the chat here. And we're going to have
critical notice.
Uh-oh. What do we got? Oh, nothing to be alarmed. All right. Hey, Billy Siegfried in the chat. Good to see you in there today. Robert McCormick says, take the Lightning here in this one. Cash Kane says, take the Lightning and take Braden Point. Art Thompson is on the Lightning on the puck line. And Billy says, what's wrong with those Golden Knights? All right, I'm going to take the Lightning here on the puck line with you guys. It feels like almost like a consensus here in this one. Blackhawks, yeah, they've lost. They're hanging in there in a few games right now. Tampa Bay did just lose to the Red Wings the other night. They've actually lost 3 of their last 4 games coming in, believe it or not. So maybe that will provide a little bit of motivation for this team. So, all right. And Thomas does acknowledge it. He says, got to give us a little better price, take the puck line so we can get that at least down to minus $1.40 or so here. And we'll take the Blackhawks. I mean, yeah, we'll take the Lightning here in this one. Lightning have won 10 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams, and the Lightning have gone 6-1 at home on the puck line last 7 games against Tampa Bay, and they were favored, of course, in every time. Chicago has covered the puck line in 4 of their last 5 games overall. The game they didn't was that last one against Minnesota. So we'll take Tampa Bay puck line here. And Thomas says that gives us a consensus here. A prize anyway, right? A potential winning. All right, next up. Bruins on the road here against the Sabres tonight. You got I'm showing the Bruins on screen here when I typed it in, $1.15. But the Sabres have moved to at least a pick 'em at some books, and Bovada currently shows the Sabres as a favorite. Now, the sharp books are still holding Boston as a slight favorite. Circa has it $1.15 here right now, but most everywhere else it's a pick 'em or even Buffalo, the slightest of favorites here. And look, Boston has won 2 straight. Buffalo's lost 2 straight coming in. But you look at this series here this year. Boston won 3-1 at home back in December for their only meeting so far this season. But still, Buffalo, they're not great. They're a money burner for sure. But Boston on the road is no great shakes either. So it's maybe the lesser of 2 evils here. I'm not sure. Boston has won and covered the last 5 trips here into Buffalo. Buffalo's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games at home. However, these 2 teams have gone under in 10 of the last 15 meetings here in Buffalo. Boston, though, there's a bunch going a million ways in this game. Boston is 15-10 to the over on the road this season. Buffalo's 16-5 to the over at home this season. But Boston is 11-17 to the under as a favorite. Oh, man, what to do in this matchup. I mean, like I said, Boston does kind of own the series here right now, and maybe you're getting a little bit of a discount. Remember, Buffalo at home is not a good proposition. They're costing you almost a third of a unit at home. So, all right, let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one. Boston has gone. So I talked about the widely reported steam has come in on the under in this on the over in this game. Let me repeat it. The widely reported steam came in on the over. I'm showing most of the books right now. Maybe a 6 flat. DraftKings is featuring 6.5 under at minus 135. So yes, you have 2 teams that, Boston on the road, definitely an over. Buffalo at home, a big time over. But Boston and Buffalo series has kind of been under for sure. The losing team in this game usually just gets 1 or 2 goals of late. Mentioned the 3-1 game in December last year. The scores were 4-1, 3-1, 5-2, and 4-1. So, oh man, I'm going to probably end up here still going on the under. Despite that, maybe it's given a little bit of value to the under here. The spot for me says Buffalo, but got to respect the dominance of Boston in the series currently. They are the, much better team certainly here at 25-20-6, and Buffalo still 18-26-5. And well, they've been losing some games for sure of late. All right. Let's see what the chat has. Cash Cane says, I'll take the Sabres puck line and lay $2 or more. R. Thompson's with me here on the under. And let's see here. Jermaine says, do you pick based on pricing? Let me see. Do you pick based on pricing? Lots of these lines are way off from their last matchups. Let me see here. Are you referring to, let's see. So like you're saying in the last game, I'm not sure I'm following that one, Jermaine. All right. Robert's on the Sabres here in this one. I'm going to take the under in this game here. I kind of feel like that's my premium, but I'm a little confused maybe in this one with the Buffalo, because to me the spot says Buffalo, but I can't ignore that Boston is kind of dominating this team per usual right now. All right. I mean, I'm trying to see, Jermaine. Let me read that again. Do I pick based on pricing? Oh yes. Do I pick based on pricing? Every bet I make is based on pricing. To a certain extent. I mean, yes. I mean, I give out all those trends and whatnot, but yeah. I think, Jermaine, I think that's just the nature of hockey. When we talk about these big, numbers, right? But still, most hockey games are decided by one or two goals. Most all of them, one or two goals. You rarely, I mean, not every single night, every single game, but if you just look at a hockey game every night, you're going to get a one or two goal game, and that's just the nature of it, I think. Okay, Joe does kind of like the over, no doubt. Joe, the steam came in on the over. The Sharps, I feel like, are on the over here for sure. Uh, but again, I just think, when I see this series, I think with these two teams, to me, is what. And again, I don't know. Maybe I'm not basing it on pricing in this game when you're listening to me talk about it. But to me, to be honest, I think the best Sharps are going to be on the over here, and if I can say it like that, I'm just quantifying my own perception. I think the best Sharps will be on the over, and the worst Sharps will be on the under, and I'm on the under. So maybe I suck, but I just got to roll with this series history. Okay. Let's move on now to, the Jets and the Canadians here in this one. How about it? I don't know if I can stop betting on the Canadians. I'm addicted to it. Speaking of money, right? The Canadians they're profitable at home. Winnipeg's profitable, period. It feels like, right? Winnipeg continuing to roll here right now. 3 straight wins once again. They beat Calgary, Utah, and Colorado. For Montreal, they actually lost the last two to New Jersey and to Detroit. I might need to get I usually wear glasses, you guys, but I stopped wearing them, and it's really for distance, and I don't wear them on the air. But maybe I need a new prescription here for my short. Maybe my age is starting to come in. I'm looking at here. You guys have never seen me with glasses because I use them for distance. All right. For me here, though, I just don't know. I don't feel like I can't stop betting on the Montreal Canadiens. It feels like here you got Sam probably in goal there. It feels like against Hellebuck, pretty good goalie matchup here. The Sharps are going to be on the under for sure. It feels like in this game we've got 6 under 20 still. Yeah, 6 under, definitely the price. And the Jets are, in the $1.55 range, $1.65 at Bovada here right now. So let's see what you guys have in this one. Look, the Jets are much better than the Canadians. I get that. But now that Montreal's lost a couple in a row here, maybe I could try them again. Let's see what you guys have in this one. Montreal, they almost seem to play up to their competition. They seem to struggle against bad teams sometimes right now, but all right. And Winnipeg's definitely had some unders here of late. Okay, Winnipeg has won 6 of their last 8 overall, 7-2-1 in their last 10. Montreal still 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. Winnipeg 29-9 as a favorite straight up. Montreal 22-23 as a dog. That would be profitable, right? Getting $1.30 or more here, and they're also 13-8 at home so far this season. The Canadians are 7-1 on the puck line in their last 8 games at home, and 16-3 on the puck line in their last 19 games overall. Now you're laying a pretty penny to take the Canadians here on the puck line. Winnipeg's gone over in 5 of their last 7 games on the road. Let's go to the chat. See if you have anything here in this one with the Jets taking on the Canadians here tonight. Joe, let's see, he might be on the under. Robert is on the under, though, for sure in this one. And hello to Spoons Bets. Doing a pretty good job here for us. Thank you, Spoons Bets. Appreciate that. Oh, that's nice. That's very poignant. Spoons, thank you. Here's Robert on the Jets here. And Jermaine says Jets in regulation. Well, I'm going to probably be against my guys here a little bit. And I'm still going to take Montreal one more time here. The Jets are superior. I realize that, but I'm going to take the Habs. The Avalanche are taking on the Islanders here tonight with the Habs coming in here, playing pretty well at this point. They're up to 29-20-2 here right now off of a win. Actually had a little bit of a losing streak there before they were able to knock off the Rangers in that 5-4 game. They did lose to Boston, Winnipeg, and Minnesota. Before that, 3 pretty good teams. The Islanders right now come in on a winning streak. They've won 4 straight coming into this one over Carolina, Philadelphia, Columbus, and San Jose. So maybe one of the best streaks of the season for sure here for the Islanders. The Islanders have gone under in 7 straight games when coming in off of a win. The Islanders have gone under in, I don't know how many in a row now. Let me see if I have that actually. I might have to just add them up here. I didn't write it down because everyone knows they've just been going under forever here at this point. Let's see. 7 of their last 8, but I think I have it even more than that. Oh, no, they did go over in that Philadelphia game. So, yeah, maybe what are they, 1-9 to the under in their last 10 games, I think. The Avalanche under in 7 of their last 10 games overall. The Avs have also gone 10-15 to the under on the road, 17-22 the under as a favorite. Islanders are an over team as an underdog, but I don't know if I could do it here right now the way this is going for the Islanders. And all these unders give Sorokin a lot of credit here for the work he's been doing in the Islanders defense in general. Some say it could be Hogberg in there today for the Islanders, but I don't know. I think I'm showing Sorokin here possibly. Let me refresh it and see what's going on. All right, let's go to the chat too and see. Not much maybe from you guys. Here is Cash Kane likes the Islanders money line. Good morning to Redbeard in the chat. Robert likes the under as well. Feel like it's should be a premium kind of in this one. Look, the Avs are the much better team, and with Blackwood in goal there, it just feels like that Colorado can handle this one a little bit, doesn't it? I'm going to take the Abs on the road here right now. There are 25-15 as a favorite right now, and 15-10 on the road. So yeah, the Islanders may be actually the hotter team here of late, but I'm going to try the Avalanche here to stop this winning streak. 12 of the last 13 meetings between the two teams here at the Islanders have gone over, but that's just once a year pretty much. 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams have gone over as well, but I might be willing to throw out the season series right now, the way that the Islanders are going under pretty much every single game at this point. And when you got Blackwood in there, if you're going to have a low scoring game, I think that's just fine. Blackwood's numbers right now 2.62 goals against. Little steam came in here a few moments ago on the game between St. John's and Georgetown. Steam to the over here between St. John's and Georgetown. It's kind of interesting, really, because this has always been an over series. But remember, Georgetown has kind of sucked for the last few years. So somebody, do we got the? Do we got the wrenches in here at all, or I'll take care of it. Okay. So the move was on the over here with St. John's and Georgetown just moments ago. It was maybe 139, 139 and a half, but we're up to 140 and a half here right now between St. John's and Georgetown. I know, as some people obviously do find me extremely attractive. All right. See if I can get the chat going here with the real picks right now. And Robert says it was a troll. Are you sure, Robert? I'm sure many people feel that. Maybe that was the truth. All right. Maybe I need an OnlyFans account, right? Maybe you guys are getting a kick out of it, and but I'm on Fansly, actually, not OnlyFans, because well. All right, I think I'm done with this game for sure. I already said I'm taking the Avalanche here in this one. All right, hey, I should have just left the comments up there. I've come to accept my daddy status. All right, let's go with the next one here, with the Capitals taking on the Flames here tonight. Man, the Capitals continue to look pretty good here right now, 33-11 and 5. But they did lose that last game, remember, to Vancouver 2-1. But man, close game like that. Yeah, they were favored and they lost one to snap that winning streak. But man, they've been looking good, haven't they? The Flames, meanwhile, they've also been pretty good of late, winning 3 of their last 4. They're coming in off of a loss at Winnipeg, 5-2. No problem there, other than getting blown out. They had won 3 straight before that, and they've been doing a pretty great job here at home for sure. Calgary's 15-6 at home this season, but we know the Caps are just unbelievable at this point. They've gone 7-1-2 in their last 10 games. They're 17-7 on the road. They're 17-9 as a favorite, and they continue to look very, very strong, no doubt about it. Calgary is just 11-19 as an underdog, so maybe that could still get you on the Caps. And of course, you got the best goaltender right now in the game in Logan Thompson with his 22-2-3 record. I mean, it's hard to bet against that. You say you're 22-2, right? And you're $1.45. That looks like a bargain. But there are some trends that may be in favor of the Flames. Could this be the one game tonight that the Flames could get them? Because Calgary has won 7 straight home games when coming in off of a road loss. So they could give Washington all they could handle here. But again, how can you argue with 22-2 and a team is $1.45? What is it going to be, his third loss tonight? I don't know, but this is the first meeting of the season of 2 meetings between the 2 teams, and it's just hard to kind of get off of Washington at this point when Logan Thompson is in goal. I just typed in Blackwood there wrong because of the I obviously was just looking and typing without paying attention. I mean, we know it's Thompson. I mean, we just saw Blackwood's on the Avalanche. We know that. I was just typing in whatever. Thompson in there. He's the only confirmed goalie, I think, so far. Luukkonen is likely here for the Sabres. We get that word down right now. So Pekka Luukkonen in there for the Sabres likely tonight. He was in the starters crease this morning, but Logan Thompson here, like I said, 2.08 goals against, 92.5% save percentage has been absolutely unbelievable. So can you really get off this team today? The Flames are profitable at home, no doubt about it. They're giving you 20 cents on the dollar here when you play the Flames right now. And again, they're playing what they play well at home, certainly, but man, this Washington team has gone under in 5 straight games on the road right now, and they're 0-9-1 to the under in their last 10 games because of that great goaltending. The series has been 5 straight meetings between the 2 teams here in Calgary have gone over, but let's go to the chat in this one and see what you got. All right, we've got Thomas says, what was I supposed to do? And that's what I told Mikey Money. I said, I just want Thomas to stand out from the crowd, make him a wrench, and he won't even know how to use that wrench. But you don't worry about Thomas. You keep doing what you're doing. I'm not telling you to fix things up with a wrench, but the wrench can kick the people out that are flirting with me, I guess is the best way to put it. Caps in regulation here for Jermaine. And our Tomps likes the Flames here in this one. I want to consider the Flames, but it's just so difficult, right? As far as this winning percentage right now for the Capitals with Thompson, and he's confirmed. We don't even have to wait on this one. The man is 22-2 in goal this season. Maybe this one will go overtime, and maybe I say 22-2. I mean, he does have 3 overtime games, but still. All right, man. I can't just go against the Caps here still right now. I want to. The thing is screaming at me over here that the Sharps, I think, are saying Calgary, Calgary, Calgary. But you know how the Sharps do it. The Sharps favor Calgary by about a 4-1 margin, but I can't do it. I'm going to take the Capitals here, $1.45, $1.50, whatever it is. I'm on a premium here in this one on the total for sure. So, all right, that's going to do it for that one. But good game tonight for sure with the Capitals. Just unbelievable right now. Here's the real game of the night, though, with the Stars on the road against the Golden Knights. Yeah, what is wrong with the Golden Knights? I get that. They did win last time out, certainly. So beating a good Florida team here, 4-1 a couple of nights ago. But the Knights have had some losses recently. They lost to Dallas, they lost to St. Louis, and they lost to Chicago. They did come back and beat St. Louis the next game when they played a little home and home. But Still, the Knights are about a quarter to the good every game right now at home, getting about a quarter of a unit each time. Dallas on the road, they're a little bit of break-even proposition, maybe a slight loser on the road so far with a 13-10 record, but favored in some games. Meanwhile, for Vegas, they are 19-6 at home this season, but I get it what you're talking about. They are just 3-6-1 in their last 10 games overall, but still the Knights are 26-12 as a favorite. Dallas has only been an underdog 4 times this season, or I'm sorry, 6 times this season, and they're 2-4 in those games right now. Vegas is still a favorite across the board. They're even up to $1.25 for the most part, it feels like right now. And the total is mostly 6 under 15. I think I'm going to change that line here right now. But man, I mean, who wants to go? I'll call it 6 under 20 actually, because who wants to go over in this game? It feels like with the way you got a Dallas Stars game after all. Dallas is 1-7-2 to the under in their last 10 games, 7-13-3 to the under on the road. Mention those games losing as an underdog. They are 4-2 to the over as a dog, and Vegas is a slightly under team this season, but they're 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games. But still, if you're going to start to show me a bunch of sixes on the screen here, you're probably going to be in a premium in this game. All right, let's see what you have here in this one. Again, this was one where I believe the Sharps are on Dallas here, but I don't know if I can do it. Maybe that's why I've had a little bit of a slump here, because I'm one who follows the Sharps. I know who the Sharps are on, and usually I'm rolling with them. But all right. Vegas continues to be strong at home. Like I said, 19-6 overall. Let's go to the chat. This is always a 1-goal game, pretty much. It feels like when these two teams meet. They played just 4 days ago. It was 4-3. Dallas won that game at home. They also met back in December, 3-2. It was in favor of the Knights, and of course they had that great playoff series last year that was won by Dallas. Remember that game clincher, that 2-1 game by Dallas. So again, this is always just a 1-goal game. It feels like. In fact, the underdog has covered the puck line. Now, granted, if you want to take Dallas here, you've got to lay $2 or more, right? Well, let me see what the line is. Minus 245 right now at the square books when it comes to the puck line. But get this, the underdogs covered the puck line in 26 of the last 27 games between the Stars and Vegas Knights. 245, when you're talking 26 of 27, even 245 is worth it here, but it's not something no one's going to go around waving their ticket in the air like, hey, I've got a minus 245 puck line, but you'd be practically rich right now if you did it every time. All right, let's see what you got in the chat here in this one. Not much from you guys here, but it is Robert on the under, and our Tomps likes the Golden Knights here in this one. And since I don't give out puck lines at minus 245, I'll go with Cash Kane, and I'll take the Golden Knights here to win against Dallas in the game of the night. But yeah, you could probably trust that this is going to be a 1-goal game. So, you could go through and maybe pick some exact score lines here, possibly, especially if you figure this series has been pretty dead solid under. Vegas has gone under in 6 straight games against Dallas when they're coming in off of a home win. And Dallas has gone, 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Thomas says, I'll try the Golden Knights. That sounds pretty good to me. All right, I'll take the Knights here in this one. All right. Last up, not a great game here, but we got late action with the Stars the Ducks taking on the Kraken here in this one. Dostal and Grubauer is who I'm listing currently in goal with the Kraken. Minus $1.35. And let's see here. Grubauer 5-14-1 in goal for the Kraken. Dostal 12-13-4 here. The Ducks are good for a quarter of a unit on the road. They've profited this season. Meanwhile, the Kraken at home are costing you 20 cents on the dollar. So it's usually the Ducks a little bit better spot here, but Ducks have won 2 straight. They beat Pittsburgh and they beat Nashville. Meanwhile, Seattle comes in here off of a 4-2 loss, but hey, they've had a few wins here of late, winning 3 of their last 5 overall. Seattle has won 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. We'll go to the chat. This is it for the NHL here tonight. And appreciate everyone's comments here. Anaheim's gone under in 15 of their last 17 games off of a win, if you know what I mean. And you already talked about some of those under trends with these two teams, right? Seattle 2-8 to the under in their last 10 overall. Anaheim 17-30 to the under this season. Seattle is 9-8 to the over as a favorite, but let's see what you got here. Looking at that, did you guys see them? They're showing it right here. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Caribbean World Series, but things are a little goofier compared to the United States. I mean, they had the guy hit the go-ahead home run last night. This is the champion. What is the Caribbean World Series? You know what it is? This champion from all the leagues. The Mexican League, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, and they play like a little tournament. This guy hits a home run to dead center to take the lead in the bottom of the 9th. The whole team comes out on the first baseline. He's, you know how to home run trot, even the ones that are cocky, that pisses off the pitcher. Maybe the guy does a bat flip and jogs. In the Caribbean League, the whole team comes out. You're high-fiving the team, chest bumping while you're walking down the first baseline. He gets to first base, he high-fives, then he goes on his trot, stops at each base, does a little pump over there with the third base coach. Really, in the end, in Major League Baseball, you'd get beaned for a month doing that. But again, that's what you see kind of when they talk about the Hispanic influence in Major League Baseball, right? As far as these guys better get their work visas straight. By the way, when they celebrate the home runs now, because that's what you do there, right? And everybody gets all ticked off. You can't do that, but you guys got to see that if you haven't already. Anyways, let's go here with this one with the Ducks and the Kraken. Man, the Ducks are profitable in this situation, but they really can't beat this team, it feels like. They got the better goal here, it feels like. Oh, boy. Here is Cash Kane on the Kraken. R. Tomps on the Kraken. Roberts on the Ducks here in this one. This one's tough for me, man, but I'm going to have to trust this season series and take them at home. And I show $1.35 there for the Kraken, but it may be a little bit even cheaper than that right now. I just feel like it's a big discount on the Kraken, actually. I'm going to take the Kraken here. Again, I usually, Ducks are profitable on the road. Kraken is a loser at home with the money, but I'm taking the Kraken. That's it for hockey. Let's go to the colleges here, and that'll do it. But we got, I think I've got 8 or 10 games here we're going to look at, and we're doing okay on time here, it looks like. I'll never keep you here for more than 3 hours, but 2 hours is what I'd shoot for at least. Okay, this line's already toast that I typed in hours ago. We already mentioned all the steam that came in on this game on the side and total here, right? Georgetown took the steam. The over took the steam in this one. So right now It is. And someone said, I hope you got that because it did move back to 4 with St. John's -4 on the road. And the total here has gone up to only 140.5 here at this point. But yeah, you know what? I mean, come on, Georgetown, the rivalry is back on, is what it feels like between these two teams right now. Yeah, St. John's is going to be the better team here for the most part. I mean, they're favored after all, but it's been a great season for Georgetown too, or at least a big, big improvement under Coach Cooley here. But St. John's got a pretty good coach of their own, certainly. So I think that's kind of what has brought the rivalry back a little bit, is what it feels like, with Coach Patino here against Coach Cooley. St. John's has won 6 in a row and 12 of their last 13 coming in. They're ranked 15th. Georgetown's kind of felt the pressure a little bit now, finally, in Big East play, with a few losses here for sure of late. They got off to a 12-2 start, but have now lost 5 of their last 6 games overall. But look who they lost to: Marquette, Connecticut, St. John's. But the kicker for me is they did lose that game to DePaul at home in a bit of an upset here. And, DePaul, like I said, they certainly have been improved, but they still don't appear to be that good. It does kind of look like maybe Georgetown is, kind of running into a wall, I guess, is maybe how the best way to describe it here. This series has been a solid over series throughout the years, but I think that for me, that was before Coach Cooley came to Georgetown, has made this kind of, a real defense. That was part of the problem for sure with Georgetown and their, the guys that were coaching, with Coach Ewing and all that. So it just felt like over the years there with Georgetown, things weren't looking that smooth when you had, Patrick Ewing for all those years as head coach. I mean, gosh, how many years was he in there coaching there? 7 or 8 years. Even John Thompson's son, they didn't put that kind of stamp on it like Coach Cooley is here right now. Georgetown is 6-14 to the under so far this season, 2-8 to the under in their last 10, and 1-6 to the under as an underdog. So I'm going to take the under in this one between Georgetown and St. John's. St. John's is 2-4 to the under on the road, and Georgetown under in 5 of their last 6 games currently at home. St. John's has won 5 straight meetings here, but again, that was before Coach Cooley. Although they did meet already in their first meeting of the season, St. John's won it 63-58 as a 9.5-point favorite at home. This one could come down to the wire, but I'm going to take the under here at this point between St. John's and Georgetown. Even before this little group, I mean, Georgetown did cover that last game, but they've covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two, even with Coach Ewing and coaching. Or no, let's see. I guess it'd only be 2 of the 5 last 5 meetings, because Coach Cooley was here last year, obviously, too. Okay, let's see what you got here. Our Thompson's on St. John's here. Georgetown under for Thomas. Nasty Nate likes St. John's to smash him here. Robert likes St. John's as well. If anything, like I said, I think you're getting a little bit of a discount. Chosen One, hi, there he is. Chosen One chiming in, says he leads to Georgetown. Maybe it's a little short there. And good morning to Razor in the chat. Hi, Razor. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you always. And I'm on the under in this one. All right, we got to look at a few. I'm not going to call it I am going to call it mid-major time, at least for Jermaine. We got to look at a couple of good games here today with at least go to the MAC here for this one. I think the featured game. I mean, we're on Tuesday, so we're definitely going to have MAC tonight. MAC tonight. with Toledo and Ohio. You look at the standings here. I think this is the best game of the two because both these teams right now are tied for third in the standings with a 5-2 record. Of course, Akron is 7-0 right now, and Miami O is 6-1, but they have a pretty easy matchups here tonight. So maybe Miami of Ohio is a little bit tougher as they play at home against Eastern, and Eastern's 4-3. But you have Ohio 5-2, and Toledo is 5-2 as well as in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on Ohio here. They are up to 3.5 right now, and this total. The steam came in on the under, and I'm showing some books as low as 159.5 here right now in this matchup. I don't know how. Like I said, maybe the Sharps, they just play numbers. It feels like, how would this game ever go under the way these two teams are going? It feels like right now. Now, there is some. It'd be Ohio if it does go under. I feel like it's Ohio that would be able to kind of inflict their desired pace in this game against Toledo, right? I think if you look at Ohio here at home, most of their games at home seem to go under this number. Let's see if we have some sample here with some of these home games right now. Both teams come in 11-3 overall, and both teams come in off of a win. But Ohio, they played Kent 61-59. It was way under the 144. Also, against Ball, it went for 157 as the game against Ball, Ohio won and covered. They also had a 178 against NIU. So long term, I think there are some under tendencies here with Ohio, but man, I feel like this matchup is an over game. Let's see what you guys have in this one. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone over. They haven't met this year. It's been a series that's dominated by Toledo. They've won 5 straight games against Ohio. Last year, they won here at Ohio. Toledo won 86-77 as a 1.5 point dog, although they did not cover when the game was at Toledo. 85-83 as a 5.5 point favorite. Okay, so let's see here. I just thought this was the best game in the MAC tonight. Ohio has won 5 straight games at home, but Toledo's covered 5 straight games on the road here. So I'm going to take the over in this one. I think if you look at these two teams right now, you got Ohio 9-4-1 to the over as a favorite.
Steam play.
Here's a little bit of steam right now, and we'll get your picks on the game I'm showing on the screen right now. But San Diego State and San Jose State, steam here to the under tonight. It was 137, but we're seeing this one move lower here right now to 136 in the matchup between San Jose State and San Diego State tonight. 136.5, we'll call it right now, but it could go lower here as this one starts to move. All right. And we've got Thomas chiming in on that Miami O game. That's fine, Thomas, because I don't have that one in the previews there. So sounds good. Here's our Tomps on the over in this one. I think Jermaine's going with Ohio here. Yeah. Oh, there it is. And Robert. He likes Ohio as well. Ohio has not been a good cover this year for sure. They are 6-12 against the spread, but they're 5-2 against the spread at home. Now, Toledo, they're only 10-8 against the spread, but 9-2 against the spread on the road are the Rockets. So pretty interesting there. Just give me the over in this one. I'm going to fade the steam tonight. Give me the over with Toledo and Ohio. Kentucky taking on Tennessee. We did discuss this already a little bit, right? I think there was some widely reported steam during the show. You guys might have to remind me on that. Let me look it up here, actually. Yeah, so that steam came in, remember, on Tennessee, but I argued that, come on, Kentucky's still got a pretty good team with a pretty good offense, it feels like, for me. So let's see what you like here in this one with uh, Kentucky on the road against the Vols. Here in this one, you've got Tennessee having won 5 straight games at home. That's no problem here. One of the best teams in the country, certainly right now, continuing to uh, do some damage here, but still, it feels to me like Kentucky here with Coach Pope seems like they do a pretty good job here right now. So we'll take a look at this one with these two. We got Kentucky coming in here 14-5. Tennessee ranked 8th in the country at 17-3. So top Kentucky's ranked 12th, by the way. So pretty top matchup here. Could be the talking heads liking Tennessee here big time, but I'm probably going to be fading the experts here. It feels like 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under, including 5 straight games here in Knoxville right now. UK has only been an underdog 3 times this season. They've covered every single time. Now Tennessee is 13-7 against the spread, but they've had a few failures here of late, including that loss to Vanderbilt, remember, on the road. Don't know if you caught this one, but the SEC fined Vanderbilt $500,000 yesterday for that game against Tennessee last week that the fans ran on the court for the second time this season. They got a smaller fine the first time, said if you do it again, you're going to get a bigger fine. And, well, that's what they ended up doing, $500,000 for storming the court for Vandy. Here's a little steam right now in a game between Air Force and Colorado State. I'll tell you what, this one getting moved up here right now from 132. I think it's going to go to 134 or so. It looks like a big time move here. I can believe it. Air Force and Colorado State. Yeah, we've seen some overs with those two teams. Steam to the over right now in that one. All right, we're talking Tennessee and UK here in this one. Let's see what you guys have. These are under teams for sure. It feels like in this spot, Tennessee is 7-13 to the under so far this season, including 3-7 to the under in their last 10 and 7-11 to the under as a favorite. UK is 2-4 to the under on the road. Although in those 3 games they did go that they won as underdogs, they did go over in 2 of them. Let's go to the chat. Good game tonight. Top 12 teams here. Chosen One takes Kentucky. Thomas Lewis takes Kentucky. Dig. We are Kentucky. And those cats will rock you. Tennessee in the under for Terrell. He says he's got it big time here. 74-59. R. Thompson, Kentucky. Good morning to Yulin Cueto there yesterday. I could award Yulin Cueto there. Oh no, we had what was the loser was in hockey there with the Blues. Yulin we did not win the parlay, the consensus parlay for Yulin yet. Was it Yulin yesterday? I thought it was. Maybe that was 2 days. I don't even remember, but we didn't hit it. I know that. Robert's on the under. And Jermaine's taking Kentucky in the under. James Parm likes the under. Thomas says Kentucky's a consensus. I feel like I talked you guys into it, but no, you guys have your own thoughts too, right? So I'll take Kentucky, and it's a consensus play. If I'd have known that, I'd have given out the total in this one, but let's go ahead and take Kentucky. You're on it. I'm on it. We're all on it here, it feels like, with Kentucky. All right, here is a steam, well, except for and a credit. I want to credit to Terrell for putting that exact score line up there. All right, Southern Indiana and Moorhead taking some steam right here to the under right now in this one. You got first place Moorhead. First place Moorhead. I think they're in first place right now, taking on Southern Indiana. Steam to the under here. It was 135.5, but we're going lower right now. Also, Let me get the number on that one with Moorhead, as it is currently down to 134.5, but going lower here with the steam. These are fresh steam moves. So you're going to see these moves right now, including Oklahoma and Texas A&M. Steam to the over here in this one. Steam already came in on Oklahoma in that game. I'm not sure I get it, but the Sharps, they took Oklahoma, and now they're taking the over here in this one. It was 144. Yeah, and now we're up to 145. That one's on the move higher with Oklahoma and Texas A&M. And Yulin says, any soccer tonight? Yeah, it's funny, right? I didn't even mention tonight's soccer card. It's pretty. I think it's pretty inconsequential as far as the big conferences are concerned. I think it's a busy night in Mexico tonight in soccer, including my Tijuana Cholos taking on Tigres tonight. They're going to be a big $5 dog, of course, but do got some good ones in Liga MX, including Chivas and León. Probably the featured there. Also, Mazatlan and Puebla, a pretty close game tonight. Argentina has action in all the leagues in England with action, although there are some weather cancellations already today, I believe. In League Two, Port Vale and Colchester has been postponed. Okay. Let's see here. Thank you, Ewan. Here we go with our next matchup, VCU taking on St. Louis here in this one. VCU already took the widely reported steam in this game. They were, 5.5, but there's some sixes out there right now. In fact, it looks like there was some buyback here. So, I kind of like that actually for VCU. I mean, come on, VCU's been a pretty good cover here so far. St. Louis, not so much, right? VCU comes in 16-4 overall. They're on a winning streak right now. St. Louis 12-8, having a pretty good season, no doubt. But VCU, 12-5 against the spread as a favorite. St. Louis 1-4 against the spread as an underdog. Now you do have St. Louis 10-1 straight up at home, but playing a pretty good club here for sure in VCU. Now these are an under team for sure in St. Louis. They are 1-9 to the under in their last 10 games, 1-8 to the under at home, 1-4 to the under as a dog. VCU is a slightly over team for sure this season. They're 10-7 to the over as a favorite, and 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. But I think if you look at long term with St. Louis, they definitely have some numbers that kind of point. Other than the fact that they're going under every time so far this season, it feels like they do have, tendency to go under right now in these last few games in conference play. Let's see what they were. 128 against GW in a loss, 162 in a game against LaSalle that they won. I'm just going backwards here. 122 in the game against Richmond, 140 in the game against VCU last time. It was a victory for VCU, 78-62. They covered 10 points at home in that game. So I'm going to go with VCU. By the way, they had a game against Fordham, was 134 points. So a lot of unders here in the conference play for St. Louis so far. I'll take VCU to cover in this one. All right. And Thomas says VCU is making a little bit more noise. Look, St. Louis has rolled through these teams at home, right? But I don't know if they've been matched up necessarily with a team like VCU at home. Anyway, like we said, VCU got the win and the cover. Who was the? Kind of want to look at St. Louis right now and find where that loss was at home. Who was it? Oh, Wofford in a non-conference game. They lost to Wofford. No problem there. I mean, Wofford's probably on par with VCU, it feels like. Curtis says St. Louis is his play of the day. So certainly a bit contrarian there, it feels like. But got to like that there from Curtis. Let me see what the public is heavy on St. Louis. Okay, next up, Marquette and Butler here in this one. We got a Big East action here with Marquette on the road. We already talked about that steam that came in on this game, right? To the over. And I think if you look at Butler, they do have some over tendencies for sure in this role. Conference play at home. Now it goes pretty long term because Butler can be favored in some games for sure at home against at least half of the league, it feels like. But you look at these last few games for Butler, they've had some higher scoring games. Let me take a look at some of these scores here. It's up to 147.5 for the most part right now, but Butler coming off the win over DePaul, 155 points in that one. The loss at Connecticut by 2 points, but they covered easily, 13.5. The game against Seton Hall at home, 159 points. They didn't cover the spread in that one. And the game against Creighton, which they lost as a 3-point dog by 4 points. That one was 156 points. So yeah, I could think you could see there what they're doing with some of those scores for sure. Marquette comes in right now 17-3. They're ranked 9th in the country here, but again, ranked team on the road against a pretty good program. Marquette has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. Marquette's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but Butler's gone over in 5 of their last 6 at home. So let's see what you have here. Butler is 7-4 against the spread as an underdog here. Marquette, yeah, pretty good. 5-2 straight up on the road. Butler just 7-5 straight up at home. Here's a steam play coming in right now. We'll get to your pick on this one in just a moment, but let's pass this one along in a pretty good game here tonight. There is steam to the over in the matchup between Wake Forest and Louisville. Louisville's had unders, right, for sure, of late, but steam to the over here right now with Wake Forest and Louisville. It was as low as 142. But right now, this game is all the way up to 144.5 at Bet Online right now with Wake Forest and Louisville. All right, back to this one here. Marquette and Butler. Butler's gone over in 8 of their last 10 games overall. Marquette just 2-5 to the under on the road. I'm going to take Butler here, plus the points at home against Marquette. Look, Marquette's pretty terrific. I got no problem with it. But they've already met once this season. Marquette did not cover. They were favored by 14. They won by 10. That's a pretty big number, and you're laying a little bit of a number here for sure in this one. So I'm going to take the Bulldogs. This one's on FS1 at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Right now, you look at the current standings here in the Big East, and let's see. I wanted to repeat this here because Marquette is 8-1, tied with St. John's going into tonight's games. Butler's been dismal. We know that 2-7 here so far, but I'm going to take them plus the points here. They have won their last 2 games at home. Granted, it was DePaul, it was St. John's, but they had lost 9 straight games before that. It's kind of a tough season for Butler, but I'm going to grab the points here. See what you guys have in this one. It's Robert on the under. Thomas is with me on Butler. Oh, and maybe Robert's on the over on this one. I think he was talking about the other one. He was under. Thomas is on Louisville in that other game. And right, Thomas, yep. All those football teams that have to be in a different conference in football. All right, Oklahoma and Texas A&M here. We talked about the steam that came in on Oklahoma. The steam came in on the over here in this one. And yeah, I mean, Oklahoma has definitely some over tendencies right now for sure. Oklahoma's coming in 15-4. It's Texas A&M that's ranked, but they're 15-5 record right now. But Texas A&M lost last time out to Texas 70-69. But Oklahoma comes in with a 2-game winning streak right now. Wins over Arkansas. They covered as a dog. They beat South Carolina, covered 7.5 at home as a favorite here. But man, I don't know. Oklahoma on the road doesn't necessarily impress me. They are 4-2 against the spread as a dog, but A&M is 12-6 against the spread overall. 6-2-2 against the spread in their last 10. 7-3-1 against the spread at home. Coming into this one, you got a Texas A&M team that's won 6 of their last 7 games straight up at home. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams in College Station have gone under, and 4 of the last 5 meetings overall have gone under. So now let's see what you have here in this one with Oklahoma taking on Texas A&M and SEC play tonight. This one at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on the SEC network. I'm going to the chat, see if you have a play here on this one. No. That's it. I guess I'll have to make the pick on this one, and I will take the over here with Oklahoma. I'll chase that steam a little bit, showing 144 on screen, but I know it's higher than that. Right now, up to 145.5 at circa. Game's gone up to about 8.5. I've got the over here. All right, oh, here you go. Here's a couple of them. Here we got Robert on the over. Maybe I just missed these. Chosen One says, oh, I like this. Look at this. Texas A&M first half under 6. I'm not saying I like the play. I just thank you, Chosen One, for a little derivative there. Really appreciate that. Next up, Carolina is at Pittsburgh tonight here in this one. 2 teams that, well, they've had some unders here for sure of late. Look at the scores between these 2 teams. They have not met yet so far this season, but you can go back and this has been a pretty under series between these 2 teams. Let's see if we got those numbers here. 9 straight games between these 2 teams have been under this total. They haven't all gone under. Sometimes the total was a little bit lower and it ended up going over. But nonetheless, when the 2 teams have played, it's been under this number in 9 straight meetings right now. That probably is going to be good enough for me. But Carolina's a dismal cover so far, 7-14 against the spread, 2-5 against the spread on the road. Pittsburgh's just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10, but they are 7-4 against the spread at home. So maybe Pittsburgh could be the team for you here. I know it's tough to go against Carolina sometimes, but maybe the numbers kind of face Pittsburgh here. I mean, after all, they've won 16 of their last 18 games at home. Those 2 losses have come this season. They're actually 9-2 at home this season right now. Are the Panthers here in ACC play? Those losses, let's get those losses here. Pittsburgh with the losses to Clemson and Louisville, their last 2 home games. As a matter of fact, remember the Clemson game was 78-75 in overtime. Carolina did bounce back last game after losing back-to-back games to Stanford and Wake Forest to knock off BC, but they didn't cover that one. They're struggling, no doubt, here, getting some numbers. So Pittsburgh, they're not covering anything either here of late, despite their decent spread record at home at 7-4. They've failed in 5 straight games here. They did beat Syracuse last time out, but did not cover 8.5. So I'm going under here in this one between Pittsburgh and North Carolina. Pittsburgh's an over team, no doubt. They've gone over in 8 of their last 10, 8-2-1 to the over at home and 11-4-1 to the over at home. But I just think this number, again, probably too high. Think I've got it here. Let me take a look at my projections here. Probably should be a premium because I've got it at 151, 150 and a half here consensus wise. So let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in this one. Robert likes the under. He may like the heels as well. Next up is Baylor taking on BYU here in this one. BYU's the favorite, 3.5, but Baylor's won 2 straight, including that impressive win at Utah a couple of nights ago as they hang out here in Utah to take on the Cougars here in this one. They won that game impressively, 76-61. They beat me in that game bad. I don't know if I necessarily saw that coming because Baylor had been kind of on a fail streak, not covering spreads at all. Meanwhile, BYU's got covers here. They blew out Cincinnati last time out, 80-52. They blasted Colorado on the road, 83-67. So let's see what you guys have here in this one with Baylor and BYU. Still kind of want to take Baylor in this one. They beat BYU in 4 of the last 5 meetings. BYU, though, on a roll, 7-1 against the spread at home in their last 8 games after kind of a rugged start against the spread. Baylor is I can't give you any trends that'll say Baylor's going to do it right now. They're 1-7 against the spread on the road, but I just was so impressed by that game at Utah. Now, maybe, certainly BYU, ahead of Utah at this point, but Baylor 0-5 against the spread as an underdog. But this line looks a little bit tricky. Just a 3-point favorite. It is up to 3.5 in a few spots, and the total has gone up to 143.5 here, which, I don't know. Baylor's had a few unders here long term. BYU's been a little bit of an under so far this season. I don't know if there's any overwhelming trends as far as the total's concerned in this game, but nonetheless, you look at Baylor here, last few conference games. Let's see here, 137 against Utah, 132 against K-State, 145 against TCU. Arizona game was 151 and the ASU game was 140. I'm taking Baylor here. Feel like I'm going to be very contrarian in this game by taking Baylor right now. I'm showing 2/3 of the tickets here on BYU and overwhelming tickets, 19 out of every 20 coming in on the over here in this one. All right. We've got, let's see, Robert on BYU. Thomas says, I think you see what I'm seeing. The number looks like a trap, the old trap. All right, got a couple more here, and the show is going to be over. How about Cincinnati and Utah? Just talked about it, right? With Utah, kind of, you look at what they did in that last game, and they're struggling here now. All of a sudden, after they were hot, they've lost 2 in a row to that Baylor game, and they lost to Houston before that. No problem, except they only scored 36 points against the tough Cougars. Cincinnati here, also a couple losses in a row. They lost to BYU last time out. So those 2 teams hanging out in Utah, they're kind of mixing opponents there a little bit. This is a total under game as far as the trends are concerned. Cincinnati is one of the biggest under teams in the country. They're 3-16 to the under overall, 1-9 to the under in their last 10, 0-7 to the under on the road. Meanwhile, Utah's 2-8 to the under in their last 10 games coming into this one. The widely reported steam came in on the over. To me, that just provides a little bit of value. Maybe this one will go over according to the sharps, but if I'm going to get 138.5 here, 139, I got to take the under in this one with Cincinnati and Utah here. Give me the under tonight in this one. And let's see here. Jermaine went under on that A&M game. And hello to Kelly. Good morning. And she likes the under here. And so is Jermaine. I think Thomas is starting to feel like it could be a consensus here. Robert's on Cincinnati. And I think that'll do it. We got one more game, I think, left on the show here on the Morning Steam here. And let's take a look. And Terrell, I think this means he likes Cincinnati. Terrell showing his age there a little bit. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati. Let's see, what were some of the I'm living on the air. I could sing the whole song. I think I got to get started. Cincinnati, WKRP. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm God, I can't think of it. Okay. Oregon State taking on Gonzaga here tonight. You got the Zags favored by 13.5 against a hot Oregon State team coming up. Can't even talk now thinking about that. Dr. Johnny Fever. You had Venus Flytrap. You had Andy. You had Bailey. I preferred Bailey Quarters over Lonnie Anderson. I don't even remember what Lonnie Anderson's name was in the show, but I like the instead of the what you call her, the bimbo blonde, I guess, but I liked Bailey better. All right. Here we go with Oregon State taking on Gonzaga here. Oregon State, a couple of wins in a row here right now. Beat Santa Clara 83-69 is just 2-point favorite. They blew out Pepperdine by 20 as a 12-point favorite. They did lose at UCF by 11, but remember they beat Gonzaga last time out 97-89 at home as a 9-point dog. So why couldn't they hang in here in this one against Gonzaga? Now, Gonzaga, they're not in first place. They are in second place right now. And Oregon State enjoyed their time so far in the West Coast Conference. They're not going to win the West Coast Conference, but nonetheless, I think their record would show that they're pretty competitive here at this point. They're coming in here with a record of 6-3 in conference play. That's good enough for, I think, tied for fourth here. Let's see. Tied for fourth with Santa Clara. USF is 7-3 right now. St. Mary's with a 2-game lead over the Zags. It feels like it's almost insurmountable. Really, the way St. Mary's is looking here right now, but still, Gonzaga is going to be a big favorite. But Oregon State's one of the best spread teams still in the country, even though they've given some back here of late. They're still 17-5 ATS this season. Gonzaga is just 4-9 against the spread at home. They've covered just 2 of their last 10 games overall. So why wouldn't Oregon State be able to hang in here in this one? They've already given them business. They beat them, like I said, at home as a 9-point dog. So also, you got to like the trends to the over in this one with Oregon State 14-8 to the over, Gonzaga 14-7 to the over so far this season. Oregon State's gone over in 9 of their last 10. They're 5-1 to the over as an underdog. Gonzaga is 14-7 to the over as a favorite. We're looking at a big number here for sure, but come on. Right now, it's actually down to 153. Almost looks like a bargain here at this point. So let me go ahead and take the Beavers here. I'm going to grab the Beavs in this one. Coming off that win over them, not off the win, but I mean, they beat them already once this season. They're obviously pretty hot here. Oregon State with covers left and right. And Gonzaga, they did cover last out against Portland, but they always beat up Portland. Before that, they failed. They lost to Santa Clara. They lost to that Oregon State game. They failed in a win against Washington State. They failed as a 31-point favorite against my USD Toreros. So give me Oregon State in this one, and that is it for the Morning Steam. Let's get the picks from you guys. Thank you very much, everybody. Kelly here says Gonzaga over. And Robert likes the under, though, in that one. And Thomas says, I don't know what it says right there, but Terrell was a Venus flytrap fan. Trying to, gosh, I want to sing the theme song to WKRP. Terrell's on the under here. That's it from you guys, I think. Just 2 plays, I think, is what Thomas is saying. Oh, no, here they are. Let me see what they are. 3, the Milwaukee Bucks under, Tampa Bay puck line, and those Cats. All right, let's do the drawing. Thank you to everybody for joining me here on the show. Hope we didn't keep it too long, 2.5 hours. But hey, this is I just sit here by myself all day talking to no one. That's why I can rap with you guys for 2.5 hours every day, monopolizing and jeopardizing your time. No, 65 of you in here right now. Let's go to the drawing. Hey, you can get my best plays today, and I love this college basketball card. I'm going to have probably, I feel like maybe eight or more plays here on the college basketball card today, as well as some NBA, NHL. Join me over at winnable.com. Thank you to all the subscribers. Yeah, I think we've been flatlining here all week. It feels like over the weekend as well, but I'm going to hit it today. Come on. You guys helped me out, gave me some winners here, and I think we're going to get it. So join me over at winnable.com. It's not even really, it's just extra content, more plays. You can agree, disagree, fade me. It doesn't matter. It's just 50 cents a day when you sign up for $19.95 a month. You get another, solid plays, solid opinions from me. The one thing I think even the subscribers that I have there in the chat might help me confirm is that, I rarely am going to deal out, 2-7 or 2-8 or something like that. We might go a game under 500 on a bad day or so, or 2 games under, but then Ramon gets lucky and can hit a big day. We definitely have some crushers here and there. So thank you for joining me here on the show today. And to support me, please go to winnable.com/Ramon and subscribe. It's $4 a day, $8 a month. But like I said, get the $19.95 pack. And it's just 50 cents a day when you do that. There are some free subscription over there. And I think, I'm going to have my Champions League on the free subscription tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. And that'll probably be 10 plays or more with that 18-game card. I'm going to be firing tomorrow on the Champions League finale. So please consider going over there to winnable.com and supporting me here. That's how you keep me coming back. Probably wouldn't have to pay me, but I really would appreciate it if you signed up and subscribed with me. You can go over there and let me bring up the drawing here to see who's going to win today and have a chance at this 3-teamer of action. All right, let's get it rolling here. Type what did we say? Type anything in the chat. Type your name, type anything. Don't type what you'd like to do to me, like the one goofball did there. But let's take a look here and see what we got from the chatters. We didn't have a lot of contributors in the chat here today, but if you want to be in the drawing, go ahead right now and type something in, and we'll bring it up here in just a second and run the drawing. All right. Oh boy, I'm having a little bit of a trouble here. All right, there we go. Let's run it right now and see who's going to win the drawing with James. There's Subhuman, Thomas, R. Tomps, Robert, Kelly, Eulin, Razor Sharp, R. Tomps. Oh, my darling. I don't know if R. Tomps maybe has been the winner once. Maybe. I don't even know. Maybe the first time R. Tomps here. Wins the contest. I'm not sure, but awesome. All right, some more comments there. See what we got. Thank you to Robert. Thank you to Curtis. Thank you to Kelly for stopping in. Thank you for a great conversation, Kelly. Also, Cash Kane went with the Zags. And what else was there? Subhuman, thank you for being here. Saw Subhuman's name in there. Spoon's Bets, thank you as well. And that's going to do it here on the Morning Steam Show. Remember, go ahead, please support me. Hey, the only way I can keep putting in these parlays that we can't win is by you supporting me here on the with the picks over at Winnable. So you better subscribe. We've got 3 dozen of you signed up for the paid packages. That really makes me feel good. That'll help me keep the show on. And well, we've got many more than that. We've got now, I think, I didn't look at it last, but let me see here. I know we've got a lot of subscribers with these free subscriptions. So, all right, I think that's going to do it. Let me bring myself back here on screen. You guys are welcome to go. I'm just struggling here with the thank you, Spoon's Bets, as well, for your picks there, Toledo and Wake. There I am. Okay, there we go. Thanks for joining me here on the Morning Steam. Like I said, when you go over to the Winnable app, remember, this is just extra content from me, you guys. I know they tease me a lot, pick sellers and all that. Hey, I do some pick selling now. You guys probably know that. But really, this is just to keep me going here on the show. You can get the free subscription here for $0. Why not sign up for that when you get all my soccer plays tomorrow? So I know a lot of you already signed up for that one. I should be sending you more things out there. But look, when you subscribe to the package here, like the $19.95 monthly, right, that you can get right there, you use your Apple Pay, Google Pay right there. It's all powered by Stripe. And that's a real good payment processor. It's all legitimate. It's not some fluky thing where I'm going to, hit your account or anything. There's a big time company, met with the guys and stuff, and they run a pretty good, it's just like those others, like the Dub Club, like the, what are some other ones up there? There's more and more, the WAP, if you will, and some other ones. So really appreciate it. You subscribing with me here. This is how you really stay in touch with me every day. You get more plays, right? I'm here only until like 9 or my time. And then we've got, don't forget Mikey, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, here with pre-gaming. He'll get you ready for the primetime action, but you're not going to hear from me again for another 24 hours unless you subscribe here. I'm going to send out 3 packages today. College basketball, NBA, NHL. Why aren't you getting these subscription plays from me? More plays from me. I'm high volume, and that's how you do it. My best plays are going to come out on this app in about 6 hours or so, 5 hours or so, after I maybe grab a couple hours of rest here and then get back to work. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow. More Morning Steam. Terrell, he's hanging out with me in San Diego, going down to the Mile of Cars. There, that's I was talking to Kelly. That's where my mom worked, at the Mile of Cars. She was at old Stanley Dodge, the super dealer. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. More Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Team called the Morning Steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get